Now let us learn about the second step, which is in the process of amino acid metabolism, that is deamination. And we know that deamination is what? It is the removal. Okay, this means removal of what? Removal of the amino group. Okay, amino group from amino acids as ammonia. Okay, and this ammonia is further taking part in urea synthesis. Okay, so that is deamination. So let us learn more about deamination. There are two ways by which this deamination can occur. There is something called as oxidative deamination, and there is non-oxidative deamination. Okay, let us first learn some important aspects of oxidative deamination. So as the name suggests, we know that it is liberation of amino group, liberation of NH2 or ammonia. Okay, liberation of ammonia, which is coupled with oxidation. That is called as oxidative deamination. Okay, and this usually takes place in liver and kidneys, and this provides ammonia for urea synthesis. Now, for oxidative deamination, who is responsible? I mean, who is playing the important role in oxidative deamination? So there are two enzymes under this, that is GDH, okay, and the another one is amino acid oxidase. Okay, amino acid oxidase, this is the enzyme. And what is GDH? GDH is glutamate dehydrogenase. Okay, it is glutamate dehydrogenase. Okay students, so still we are learning the oxidative deamination. I have not yet started non-oxidative deamination. Okay, I am still on this side, oxidative deamination. Now we are seeing which are the two enzymes, two important enzymes responsible for oxidative deamination. Let us see something more about this glutamate dehydrogenase. Okay, now this glutamate dehydrogenase, it is the zinc containing enzyme, that is the mitochondrial enzyme. It is zinc containing mitochondrial enzyme. Okay, and it is controlled by allosteric regulation. Also GTP and ATP, they inhibit the activity of this enzyme, that is glutamate dehydrogenase, whereas GDP and ADP, they activate this enzyme, that is they activate glutamate dehydrogenase. Now this glutamate dehydrogenase, okay, next point, important point is this glutamate dehydrogenase, it removes ammonia from glutamate. Glutamate dehydrogenase removes ammonia from glutamate by oxidative deamination. And this glutamate, we all know, glutamate is the collection center for all amino groups, which we have seen in the transamination. During transamination we have seen that This is the collection center for amino groups. Okay, and this GDH, no, this GDH again, it cannot work by its own. It requires the help of coenzymes. Now, what are the coenzymes helping GDH? Okay, those coenzymes are NAD plus, or we can say NADP. So we can see here conversion of this glutamate to alpha ketoglutarate occurs through the intermediate, which is called as alpha aminoglutarate, with the help of these coenzymes. So these amino oxidases can further be of two types, that is levo amino acid oxidase and dextro amino acid oxidase. Okay, now among these two, the levo amino acid, it has the low activity, whereas the dextro amino acid oxidase, its activity is quite higher. Okay, so it shows high activity in tissues like liver and kidney. So we can say that this levo amino acid oxidase doesn't play the major role. Okay, it doesn't play any significant role in amino acid metabolism. Okay, so the D amino acid oxidase plays important role in the amino acid metabolism. Okay, now during this process, what happens, this oxidase, D amino acid oxidase, this has FAD, and this L amino oxidase, this had FMN with it. Now the D amino acid oxidase, when it interacts with the D amino acid, and after the interaction it forms the alpha keto acid and the ammonia. Okay, so during this process oxygen is reduced to H2O2, and that H2O2 is further decomposed. It is further decomposed by catalase, by the enzyme catalase. So this alpha keto acid which is there, okay, this alpha keto acid further undergoes transamination and forms the L amino acid. Okay, and this L amino acid then participates in various metabolisms, and the alpha keto acid is also very important, which is formed over here. This alpha keto acid, it oxidizes and generates energy. Also, it's a precursor for glucose and fat synthesis. So that's it all about the deamination. So some of the amino acids can be deaminated to liberate ammonia without undergoing oxidation. So the first example is the hydroxy amino acids. So these hydroxy amino acids, for example, serine, threonine, homoserine, they undergo non-oxidative deamination, which is catalyzed by PLP dependent dehydrases. Okay, so this is PLP dependent. So PLP acts as the coenzyme for this particular enzyme dehydratase. Okay, and the respective alpha keto acid can be formed. The another example is sulfur containing amino acids, example cysteine and homocysteine, which undergo deamination coupled with desulfhydration to give keto acids. So ammonia as well as H2S is removed in the process, and we can see cysteine is been converted to pyruvate. The last example we can see is the enzyme like histidase. It acts on the amino acid histidine to liberate ammonia by non-oxidative deamination process to form urocanate. Now coming to the last part of the amino acid metabolism. So far we have seen that this pyridoxal phosphate, that is PLP, which is the coenzyme of vitamin B6. So this has been very useful. This has played very important role in transamination, in deamination. See, during the course of transamination, this PLP interacted with amino acids to form the respective Schiff base, and the amino group is then handed over to PLP to form pyridoxamine phosphate, and keto acid is liberated. So this happened in transamination. Now in deamination also it has uh, played some role, whereas it plays important role in the synthesis of certain specialized products like serotonin, histamine, and niacin coenzymes from the amino acids. Okay, because these all processes, these all synthesis, they are dependent on this pyridoxine. And also pyridoxine or PLP, that is pyridoxal phosphate, it integrates the carbohydrate and amino acid metabolisms. Now what is this decarboxylation is all about? Some of the alpha amino acids undergo decarboxylation to form respective amines, some amines which are important for the body, some biogenic amines. Okay, and this is carried out by a group of enzymes which is called as decarboxylases, and these decarboxylases, they also take help of this PLP. Okay, so these are dependent on PLP, that is pyridoxal phosphate. Now one of such important biogenic amine is serotonin, that is 5-hydroxytryptamine. Now this is the structure of 5-hydroxytryptamine. Okay, this is produced from tryptophan and is important in nerve impulse transmission, that is it acts as neurotransmitter, and it regulates sleep behavior, blood pressure, etc. So if we can see tryptophan to 5-hydroxytryptophan. Okay, so at fifth position, that is 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, at fifth position this hydroxy group has come up, that is 5-hydroxytryptophan. And from that 5-hydroxytryptophan, with the help of PLP, if we remove this carbon dioxide, that is the COO from this place, so the product formed is 5-HT, that is nothing but serotonin, an important neurotransmitter. Similarly, histamine, which is a vasodilator and lowers blood pressure, which also stimulates gastric hydrochloric acid secretion and is involved in inflammation and allergic reactions. Okay, this histamine production is PLP dependent. It happens by decarboxylation of histidine. Again, the next example is glutamate on decarboxylation gives GABA, that is alpha amino butyric acid, and it inhibits the transmission of nerve impulses. Hence, it is also an inhibitory neurotransmitter. So, this glutamate to GABA conversion is also by decarboxylation using decarboxylases, which are dependent on PLP. So students, this was all about amino acid metabolism. In the earlier video, I have covered transamination, and in this video, I hope you have understood the concept of deamination and decarboxylation. All the reference material and the content I have taken from this book, that is the Biochemistry by respected Satyanarayan and Chakrapani. Thank you everyone, and do subscribe the channel if you have